All right, so it looks like we are live on YouTube, and welcome to the IT Security Labs live stream. And these are weekly live streams that we put together for us to be able to come and discuss everything that we have done so far for the week. And also today's topic, I'm going to talk about this new Hackthebox user interface. This is a brand new interface compared to the classic. This is what we're used to seeing when we get into Hackthebox. And when you come in, this is the new interface. And I'm curious to those who are going to join today, what your thoughts are. Make sure you post them in the comments section. But I'm also going to just go through what I've been using so far, because I started using it about 4 days ago or 3 days ago. And I do have some opinions about certain things. But so far, it looks great. Let me make sure that our stream is working correctly. And of course, share with others. Welcome, Thunderstorm. I see that you have joined us. How are you doing? Thanks for joining our live stream. Today I didn't advertise on Facebook or anywhere else because I think people who join these streams nowadays sort of know when we are live. So thank you for joining us on time. And I see that Matt is here. He's saying that he likes the new favicon. I didn't actually realize that it's that different. By that I hope you mean this Hackthebox right here. Let's see. Oh, this looks the same. Their logo, the Hackthebox, looks pretty much the same. Yeah, it still says that it's in beta mode, which is interesting. So let me move this right here. All right, so before we start talking about the features that I like or dislike, I wanted to share with you what I did last week on this platform. There was a brand new machine. Let's use the old features here. There was a brand new machine that was published a few days ago called Intense. Oh my goodness, this was very intense. Not to spoil the machine for everybody, but this involved a lot of Python scripting, and that's one of the fields where I lack the most. So I needed to do a lot of research on Python, and it sort of motivated me to really want to spend more time in Python. And just to tell you a little bit about what this machine intended for me, it took me about a week. I didn't spend too much time working on it, but I spent more time learning about Python. Within 5 minutes of getting into this machine, I knew that it was Python because right at the beginning, they show you some source code that you can download because it's an open source tool, yada, yada, yada. And the moment you start looking at the code, you realize that it's all Python. And if you look around, you see that there's vulnerabilities in those applications. And sure enough, you need to sort of create your own custom exploit or somehow manipulate the Python. So yeah, I did spend some time on the Hackthebox forum looking at what other people had asked and some clues. So that was awesome. All right, let me see how many people have joined us today since I didn't advertise it. Oh, that's awesome. If you're here, just give us a thumbs up. I see we have a few people who have joined. So we have the numbers. All right, so last week I made a video about SecNotes. So check out my channel on YouTube after this. I made a really interesting video about the machine called SecNotes. I really like that machine a lot, especially the privilege escalation part. I had to escalate the privileges by getting inside of a machine, a Linux machine that was running on Windows. And once you get in that machine, I've checked the bash history. And from the bash history, I was able to see that they had run a command in plain text with the administrator username and password. The administrator username and password were used to sign into Samba server. So I grabbed the credentials from there, and I was able to get root for the machine. So I thought that was very interesting. I really enjoyed that machine, and even the initial foothold, I was able to get user by just I think at first it was a SQL injection. Then from SQL injection, I got credentials for a user to enumerate the Samba share. Then from the Samba share, I was able to find more information about the ISS server that was running. And from the ISS server, I was able to just send up my PHP reverse shell, execute it, and I was able to get in as user. So it's a really nice machine. I highly encourage you guys to try it out if you haven't. It's called SecNotes. Of course, I didn't get any points here because it's a retired machine, but I thought it was awesome. Then last week I did Quick, and I think that was our machine for the week last week. And Quick was really interesting. It was an interesting machine. I'm curious. I did get only 2 people this week reached out for clues on this machine, so I'm assuming everybody in our team was able to get it done. So that's awesome. Other than that, I played with Fortress. The Fortresses are actually easier than you would think. Fortress, super easy stuff to go through. Then let me just talk about what I put the title for today. Let's compare these two very quickly. On the Hackthebox LinkedIn page and Twitter, I think they posted that they introduced this new interface. I believe this is a wonderful, wonderful interface. When you first sign in, this is what it looks like. And to get there, I went to here where it says New UI. So if you click there, you'll notice that it will launch and get you in here. At first, I was like, oh, what is this now? There's a knowledge base here, which is really good. You can play machines, play challenges. So let's click on play machines. So that is nice. So there's a tutorial, so we can watch that later. So this is going to load our machines, which I think it's pretty slick. I mean, it is this more modern, responsive. Let's go to the one that worked, I guess. It's a more modern, responsive, except now it's not responsive. It was responsive earlier. So let's, all right. So I think this is pretty nice. Tectonic says yes. Do you mean you really like this, Tectonic? When you say yes, you think it's a pretty snake interface? So yeah, I like that I can just go to this machines tab and I can see that I have machines here. I can hit play here. So compare that to this interface here, where it says machines, then I have to click on all, then it will list these machines, and right now it's defaulting to my retired machines. So I think this, just a quick overview of the machines, is sort of really good. And this one is the staff pick, so they think we should do Ferry. I have to tell you though, Ferry is a machine that I've tried to work on. It's extremely difficult. I believe there's some JavaScript there. And since I don't have really good programming skills, JavaScript gets me a lot, but I know there's some JavaScript to do on Ferry. So it's one of the 3 machines that are active that I actually haven't done. Okay, someone says I like that it's a bit more responsive. Yes, it is very, very responsive. I think we get really, really good results here. So when it says status, let's see what happens here. So for me, if I go to my incomplete machines, see that these are the 3 machines that I haven't completed, and this is the staff pick. If you have done Ferry, please let me know. I'm really curious. Matt says, I don't like how much space the machine takes up compared to the old one. Or you mean like it takes the whole screen like this? Yeah, I think this is going to take some getting used to. So this is the very first place that I thought was interesting, is where they have machines here. This is a new live machine, Sneaky Mailer. Can't wait to get my hands on it. We can go. We still have the retired machines here, which is also great. Which is the same thing as going to here under machines. But if you look at this, you do realize that, I mean, this is just really different. This is so more intact and compact. This one is more like dynamic and bigger. I don't know how I feel about it being bigger. I think that's what Matthew was alluding to when you said that you don't like how much space machines take up compared to the old one. Yeah, this one looks like the font adjusts to match whatever you're doing, which I'm not sure I like because I'm so used to the old one. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Matthew says it seems like a lot of scrolling. Yes, that I agree. A lot of scrolling, a lot of places to go to find your things compared to when we were here. You just come here and you knew all the machines are here. You knew that your active machines are going to be here and you can just keep working. But let's look at other features because I thought this was very interesting. So if you go to, we still go to this same profile here. Okay, that's going to show you my stuff. Let me see if I can. Let's go to my dashboard, which is new. Yes. So this I really like. I like to see all my stuff in one. Tectonic says he likes to stick best with what worked best. So yeah. But yeah, I think this is a good change for the better. I like to see all my stuff in one place, you know, like it's showing me my rank here, 309 global ranking. Our team, which is doing really well, we are 122. I think for Hackthebox, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think when it gives you the global ranking, is it for all the people in the world? Like the 10,000 members or whatever number of people? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what this really means. I don't understand that. And here I think I have to scroll a little bit this way because this looks like it was cut. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I don't have any user bloods or anything like that, but I've owned 41 machines that I've submitted flags for. Yeah. Yeah, this one, it looks like it's still in development. So since it says beta or beta down here, BETA, so I'm thinking there will be some changes before they fully commit to this one, before they take away this. So hopefully there will be some ironing out. But so far, this one place of dashboard, and it gives me my activity here. Let's see. Yeah, this is again the same issue that Matthew was alluding to that I'm also having is now I cannot see my graphs. I have to scroll down here to see things because this is just unnecessarily big. These boxes here, I don't know why they're this big compared to if I just went to here to see my activity. All I needed to do was click on my view my profile. And it just gave me all my activity right here. I could see my machines here, the same ranks and usernames here. So I guess this was also a little slick. As you can see, we can see the same stuff. So the compact here. So far, the big boxes are what throws me off. This space here is unnecessary. You can get away with just half of this and half of that. So this is beginning to go into that territory of trying to be sort of more dynamic, like the Windows 10 type of feel, which I think is awesome. Then we have our team. We have our getting started there. Let's look at our labs, machines, challenges, fortress, rankings. Let's look at the Hall of Fame. Tectonic says they removed the recent app switching and put into useless commands, screenshot and highlight text, open tabs. Yeah, with new changes, things tend to be like that. Yeah, with new changes, definitely things can be different. But I mean, look at this. The top 100. I was hoping to make it in here one day. So the Hall of Fame. Look, that's kind of nice. That's kind of neat. Oh wait, this is the old one. It says new UI here. What does it look like? Okay, let's forget about that one. Here is the interesting one, the social button here. I think this is pretty neat. Private messages, usually in the old one, your messages showed up here, but in the new one, you have your social, you have private messages, you have shoutbox, then we have a team shoutbox, then we have the forum here, which is interesting. And of course, if you are part of the education for universities, you have your own here. The careers are here. Then rankings, Hall of Fame. I think. Oh, I see what's going on here. Hall of Fame is redirecting to the old one, so they haven't redone this page for the new one. Because I was wondering why I went back there. Yeah, the sidebar. I think it retracts and how do I get this thing? Yeah, I think I saw a video where it was retracting and going in and out. Oh yeah, there. So you can have it like that, or bring it back up. That's kind of nice. But these other buttons are still redirecting to the old ones. So like the Hall of Fame, the rankings. I guess that's what they're still working on. So as you can see, this is a little different. They also added the features that you can add your LinkedIn profile, your website, your I guess I can add my YouTube channel in there, and I can add an about page about myself, which I think is also great. So we can do a lot more in here. If I say play challenges, let's see what the challenges look like. I've been a fan of the challenges. In the old one, the challenges were here and they're organized by the category. And so far, my favorite one is the crypto and the stego. So you see that's where I spend most of my time. But in here, oh, this is taking a while to load. I'm running this in a virtual machine because Chrome was crashing my Mac every time. But this is the old challenges so far, and the new one, I guess they're still loading. When they load, I'll show you. So now that we have played with it, I think for me, I'll still stick with the old one, until they really release the beta and beta working UI. For now, I'm not so sold on this. I really like how it looks, but I'm also not too keen to just move to it right now. I like that I have everything in here. It shows me that my plan is still working and everything, and I can add things. But for now, I think I'll stick with the classic. Not to say I don't like the new one. Definitely good improvements. Too much space is in here and too much scrolling to see my stuff. But other than that, that's my take on the new UI. It's a great platform, and we'll definitely enjoy it as soon as it's fully developed. And the fact that it's still redirecting to old pages, shows me that there's some work to be done there. I believe they do. Yeah. Tectonic asked if they have a poll or feedback section for this. I believe they do. They should. I would put it here if I were. Let's go to the announcements here. And here are all the new features that are listed here. The challenge lists, challenge sidebar, profile badges, notifications. Oh, there's a pop-up. I haven't seen this one. I guess it will only work once I'm done. The successful machine pawn. I haven't done that. Platform knowledge base. Usually I just go to the forums to find more. And you can read more. So let's see. Where can you give them feedback? I would have it somewhere here. But if you like, you can go to their Twitter page, their LinkedIn, they even have a Facebook page and the forums, and you can give them some feedback there. Especially on Twitter, you can just do an @ the Hackthebox team. I think they have their own handle there. It says from the main. Okay, so here's our getting started. Here's the knowledge base. Learn more. We have customer support here. All right, so if somebody, so this is where you can find all the information. They even redid the site. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to share with you guys. Sort of what I thought about the platform, and so we can all see it together. So for those who are brand new to our channel, if you're here or watching this later, we do these weekly streams. And mostly we just want to talk about Hackthebox and also pick a machine for the week. So right now, let's go back to our machines and see which machine to do. Last week we worked on Quick, and I showed you earlier that I was able to get it done. I actually got it done before Sunday, before the stream. So today we can pick another machine again. And these are the active machines that are free for everybody. So I'm open to any suggestions. If I were to suggest a machine for the week, I would pick, let's see. I wouldn't pick Fatty for sure, because I don't know if it's a monster. This machine is insane. I think it's insane. Not to say that people cannot do it, but I know I will probably won't be able to spend that much time. It's 50 points. Does anyone have any picks for the week? So we can lock down a machine that we can work on for the week. I'm curious what people are interested in. I'm not sure if Root is in here today with us. Matthew, you feel free to just post what you think we might be able to work on. I'm a little biased because if I go to my filters here and I go to my incomplete machines, these are the machines that I haven't done that are active. And as you can see, I'm tempted to pick this sneaky mailer machine because it's brand new. People are saying it's super easy, as you can see from the ranks. Only 181 people have done it. I tried rope. I failed miserably. I tried ferry. I failed miserably. So my only option is sneaky mailer. These two machines, I like them to take them as projects. You know, when I get some time, I just go back and try to get on them. But I don't want to spend too much time on them. Like this, I'll probably be done with ferry in a month or two, where I'll spend an hour and try another avenue. And if I can't, then I just move on. Okay, welcome Jupiter Black, welcome to our live stream. You guys missed the part where I was talking about the two different UIs, but right now we want to pick a machine for the week. Matthew said he's busy this week, which is understandable. If you're so busy with work, that's okay. Let's pick our machine for the week and see if we can attack them. I have done I've done all active machines except for these three. Mostly because I spend so much time on this platform when I got obsessed for a little while. But if other people want to work on other machines, including the ones that I've completed, I'm also open to that. I like to go back and look at my notes and see how good they are and redo these machines, because you only get better with practice. Shiniba says, a lot of time, these boxes are a long drag and I'm now studying the threat intel analysis methodology. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah. I haven't actually looked at the threat intel analysis methodology. But I'm more interested in Active Directory attacks now. So my main interest now is like Active Directory attacks, Bloodhound, my favorite tool so far, PSExec, all the Active Directory tools. Cable roasting has been my favorite thing, and all these machines that you're looking at, the active ones that are Windows machines here, at least some of them, there's a lot of really good Active Directory attacks, really fun stuff. All right, so for this week, I think to save us time, let's pick a machine. I'm trying to think let's go with Sona, because I believe this one is a fun machine. I'm biased towards Windows, so when I pick a machine, I really like this machine more, so we're going to lock it down on Sona for this week. I really like this machine more because, you see, it's more on the real life. There's a lot of enumeration to be done, and a CVE, very little capture the flag like mentality. So that's what I really like about this machine. So, and you get to enumerate Windows machine, which is really great. So let's lock it down on this machine right here. And if next week, if people want, we can also think about maybe picking a section of Try Hack Me, that platform. I've heard good things about that. So we can say, oh, this week, let's work on Try Hack Me this lab or something like that. If Hackthebox is becoming sort of a long drag for some people. Other than that, I think we're making a lot of progress. And as you can see from my profile here, this platform has been wonderful for us. And the more you do these machines, the better you become, the faster you become, and the more efficient you become, and the more you actually enjoy it. So that's our machine for the week. Let me know in the comments if there's something that we need to cover before we end our weekly stream. And while you do that, I'm just interested in looking at this. So I did this Fortress. It's still redirecting to the old one, I guess. If you do this Fortress, you'll be able to just submit a bunch of flags. They're actually pretty fun. I actually like this Fortress a lot. So if you get some time, do Fortresses. They're really fun, and they're easier to get than machines. At least for me, I only got this one. There's another one, Jet, which I think I might be able to get done next month, which is awesome. All right, guys, so quick update as well. I'm working on a series. An hour a week or so I spend making videos. I'm working on a series on how to create a proper security lab, and this lab is going to be unfortunately it's going to be in Microsoft Azure. The reason why I chose Azure is because cloud is becoming very important nowadays. We can't just keep creating these local labs. Using the free or the paid version of Azure, you get the idea of working in the cloud, deploying a lab, securing it, and also practicing your skills. And in addition to that, we are going to be monitoring that lab. So the skills that I'm working on there are automation using Ansible, deploying most of our services using Docker, because Ansible and Docker, great combination. Then in addition to that, we are deploying a SIEM solution in there to monitor things. So Security Onion, Elastic SIEM. After all this is done, we also have Kali and vulnerable machines. So we want a lab where people can deploy vulnerable machines and attack them. And also, if they want to focus on monitoring and understanding how their attacks are being monitored, they can quickly hop to Security Onion and see that the attacks working. And if you want to improve on that, and if you want to work on IDS evasion, for example, you can tweak your lab and write your custom scripts and try to avoid the intrusion detection systems and actually monitor it in real life. So this is a nice compact lab that I'm working on. And instead of just putting videos on YouTube, I want to rely heavily on GitHub, since I'm going to be putting, say, Ansible scripts, Docker containers that I'm referencing. So if I can put things on GitHub, and if things change, people can put pull requests. That way, this content is not static. Because what I learned making content on YouTube, especially previously, was that if I made videos using a specific version of software, people will come and watch this video 6 months later and say, well, it doesn't work anymore. So having a GitHub is definitely going to help. And if it doesn't work, people will come and create pull requests and we'll be able to get things figured out. Yeah. Matthew says, Docker, yes. So what I'm doing is I'm deploying my lab in Azure. And within Azure, everything that I'm deploying is going to be in machines and Docker containers. Unless or otherwise, if it's really resource intensive, I've defaulted to just deploying things on Docker containers, because that's the future, and that's where most people are doing things. And being able to work with Docker containers and automating things with Ansible, and if you want, you can work with Puppet or Chef, or you can even use Terraform if you're on other cloud platforms as well, which I think as security professionals, we need to understand these environments. We're going to do a pen test on an environment where people are using Terraform. You need to be able to find vulnerabilities in those applications, find misconfigurations in Ansible or other platforms. Maybe that's your way in. Maybe there's credentials that are hard-coded in Ansible configuration files. So you need to know what those things are anyway. That's why I think that's what we're going to be doing. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. And our machine for the week is logged in, like we said before. Let me go back here. We picked our machine, Sona, and it's a Windows machine. If you have any issues, let me know. Usually, my rule of thumb is if it's a medium machine, 3 hours of tops. Otherwise, start asking for help and be pointed in the right direction. Yes, so much to learn. Isn't that true for our career? If you choose, Technonic says so much to learn. Yeah, and if you want to work especially in cybersecurity, we sort of have to keep up with everybody and a little bit of everything. And the more time we spend learning, the better that we become, I guess. And the good thing is, it just gets better with time. We have nothing but time. If you just do a little bit at a time, after a long time, it all adds up and we become well-rounded people. All right. Thank you all for joining. I don't have any more to say for this week other than saying keep the great work. Our team is doing well on Hackthebox. If you haven't joined us, please let me know in the comments, and also post your profile name, like mine is up here. Join our Facebook page and our Discord channel and participate in our community. Other than that, thank you all for joining. I'll see you next week, same time, 9 p.m. Come and hang out with me. Matthew, okay, before we go, Matthew says started moving to Docker, but Windows is being buggy. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I've never ran Docker containers on Windows. All the containers that I've ran so far have been on Linux. I've never deployed Windows and deployed containers on top of Windows. I haven't found a need for that. But yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and also join us in the community. Have fun hacking this machine. Otherwise, I will see you next week again. Thanks.